that I choose. Razor bumps, athletes, films, and quotes. So first, razor bumps. Have you ever shaved your skin and expected it to feel soft and smooth, but instead have got hit with bumps and then ingrown hair? If you have, then you know the pain of razor bumps, also called sodio folliculitis barbae or PFB. Shaving bumps, Berber's itch, or folliculitis barbae traumatica. While razor bumps can be incredibly inconvenient and just plain annoying, that's not all they are. If your razor bumps are left untreated, they can cause permanent damage to your skin. Fortunately, there are several treatments options available that you can try. So, what is sodio folliculitis barbae? Sodio folliculitis barbae or razor bump is a chronic irritation or inflammation of hair follicles and the surrounding of skin. This can be caused by the reason that hair penetrate the skin before leaving the hair follicle or leave the follicle and the curve back into the skin. So instead of growing straight out from the follicle, hair grows at an angle. This causes it to meet the resistance from dead skin cell at the pore opening, which causes it to curl back inside, causing painful and inflamed bumps. PFB appears similar to folliculitis inflammation of hair follicles due to inflammation, but is not caused by infection. Typically, it seems on the face, neck of men who shave, but it can affect men and women of all ethnicities in any body part. Areas of the body with thick pores here and areas that are often subject to hair removal methods like shaving, waxing, and tweezing are more likely to experience razor bumps. Ang razor bump is mostly in your neck or sa inyong mga giti. Giti, yeah? Giti, yes. Kung mag-shave pala kung pro. Mag-shave, di ba? May anora. Kung mag-shave ka matarami. Ang shave na ginamit is wala mo patangan inine for ano dyan. Sodio folliculitis barbae is most commonly due to shaving, particularly close shaving, since the hair can easily retract beneath the surface of the skin. It is most common around the beard and neck, hence the barba. Barba is the Latin word for bird. It can also occur in areas where there are skin folds or scars. Since it can be caused by several factors, there is no particular cure. However, it can be prevented, managed, and treated in many ways. The link between sodio folliculitis barbae and hair skin. Although anyone can get razor bump, it is more common in individual with tightly curled or coiled hair, since curly hair is much more likely to turn back on itself and become ingrown. Studies show that 45% to 95% of African American men will experience sodio folliculitis barbae at some point in their lives. Hispanic, Asian, and Middle Eastern people also present higher chances of experiencing PFB, especially for those with hirsutism and who regularly shave their pubic hair. hair. So, symptoms of sodium-eucalyptus barbae. The most common symptoms of sodium-eucalyptus barbae or razor bumps is in the name itself, bumps on the skin. These bumps are usually red, irritated, can be resemble acne. It can also present as ingrown hair associated with small flesh color, red follicular papules. Other symptoms include itching, pain, pustule, post-inflammatory, hyperpigmentation, darkening of the skin, scarring, including keloids, scarring. In some cases, sodium-eucalyptus barbae can result in folliculitis if the hair follicles get too irritated or inflamed. It can also further aggravate if the individual suffers from any existing eczema or dermatitis. Where can you get sodium-eucalyptus barbae? You can get sodium-eucalyptus barbae anywhere that you shave, wax, twist, or even chemically deplete hair in some cases. However, PFB occurs much more commonly from shaving. So, ang face, particular skin under the jawline, neck, and lower cheeks. Underarms, ang hirap. So, legs. Sa legs ka dyan. Kung hindi ka mo kontento sa inyong legs na labag-labag ang hair na, syempre ginasiban nyo ba? Yung mo dyan natsuran. Dahil sa munit. Sa munay. Sa ilid ka muna. Sa gipti. How do you prevent razor bumps? The most effective method would be to let the hair grow, but that's not always possible. However, there are steps you can take to prevent or minimize your chances of getting razor bumps. Moisten your skin with a warm washcloth before you shave to help open the pores and soften the hair. Use a non-irritating shaving gel or cream. Always shave in the direction of hair growth, not against. Avoid shaving too close to the skin. Use an electric razor. Don't stretch the skin while shaving. Avoid shaving over the same area multiple times. Don't press the razor too hard into the skin. Replace your razor frequently. Try not to shave daily. Instead, shave every other day or less. Use moisturizing cream regularly and exfoliate to keep your follicle opening clear. How to treat razor bump? Sodium-eucalyptus barbae is a chronic condition, but some treatment can help reduce its effects, while preventive measures are the best way with appropriate grooming techniques and different treatment options or PFB can be managed. Since PFB or sodium-eucalyptus barbae is caused by inflammatory response of the body to foreign object and growing hair. The first step should be aimed at that. In other words, people with PFB should stop shaving the affected area for a minimum of 4 weeks to allow the ingrown hair to break through the epidermal cover and to reach the surface. Additionally, most PFB papules and pustules were found to disappear after 1 month of continuous hair growth. At-home treatments. Some natural remedies can be useful when it comes to managing your symptoms and spread of sodium-eucalyptus barbae. This include aloe vera, tea tree oil, exfoliation, chemical depilatories, medical treatments, antibiotic, corticosteroid, benzoyl peroxide, surgical, chemical pills, laser therapy, or electrolysis. Complication from sodium-eucalyptus barbae or PFB is not life-threatening but can result in more and more complications the longer left untreated treated early, most of these serious complications can be avoided. The most severe complications include hypertrophic scarring, post-inflammatory hyperpigmentation or PIH, and keloid or fermentation that result in cosmetic disfigurement. So next is athlete's foot. So athlete's foot tetani pedis, it's fungal skin infection that usually begins between the toes. It commonly occurs in people whose feet have become very sweaty while confined within tight and fitting shoes. Amo dyan athlete's foot kung gabala sa imong kahig, kung gatak imo nga sapatos. Okay. Signs and symptoms of athlete's foot include itchy, scaly, and rash. Kaparang rashes. So the condition is continuous and can be spread via contaminated pores and towels or clothing. Athlete's foot is closely related to other fungal infections such as ringworm, jack, itch. It can be treated with antifungal medication, but infection often comes back. Amuja ang scaly or crack or skin between the toes kung hindi mo maagapan. Himo nga kahig ka-crack masakit. Parang atal, itchiness, especially right after taking off shoes and socks. Inflamed skin that might appear reddish, purplish, or grayish depending on your skin color. Burning or stinging. Blister. Nag-ano ko nito agad yan? Dolapok na rin. Athlete's foot with dry, scaly skin. So, if you have a rash on your foot that doesn't improve within 2 weeks of beginning self-treatment with an over-the-counter antifungal product, see your doctor. Causes is athlete's foot is caused by the same type of fungi, dermatopathies that cause ringworm and jack itch, damp socks and shoes, and warm, humid condition fever that organisms grow. Athlete's foot skin injuries can spread through the contact with an infected person or from contact with contaminated surface such as towel, floors, and shoes. You can also spread it from the foot to other parts of the body, especially if you scorch or beat the infected parts of your foot. You are at high risk of athlete's foot if you frequently wear wet-heavy clothes, footwear, shirt, mats, rags, bed linings, cloth or shoes with someone who has fungal infection. Walk barefoot in public areas where the infection can spread, such as locker rooms, saunas, swimming pools, and communal baths and showers. Ang athlete's foot ka dyan, sometimes kung magharam ka mo kang medyas ka malatnang ka mo. Complication. The athlete's foot's infection can spread to other warm, moist parts of the body. Jack itch is often caused by the same fungus that result in athlete's foot. It's common for the infection to spread from the feet to the groin because the fungus can travel on hands or towels. Athlete's foot can sometimes lead to bacterial infection. Prevention. These tips can help you avoid athlete's foot or avoid spreading it to others. Let your feet air out. When you can wear sandals to let your feet air out as much as possible. Wash your feet daily. Use warm soapy water and rinse dry your feet thoroughly, especially between the toes. Apply medicated foot powder, Tenactin, Gold Band, others, or other medicated powder. Supplement if you scissor others if you're prone to athlete's foot. Maybe man mag-use kang tawas. Athlete's foot. Change socks regularly. Change your sock at least once a day. More often if your feet get really sweaty or moisture-wicking socks, such as those made from cotton, help keep your feet drier than your nylon socks. Alternate pairs of shoes. Use different shoes from day to day. This gives your shoes time to dry after each use. Protect your feet in public places. Wear waterproof sandals or shoes around public pools, showers, and locker rooms. Be aware of the risk factors for spreading the condition. If you live with others, don't share your shoes or unwashed bedding and towels. So next is mold. What is a common mold? A common mold is growth in the skin that develops with pigment cells and melanocytes. Sites grow in cluster. Most adults have between 10 or 40 common molds. These are growths are usually found about the waist and the areas exposed to the sun. They are seldom found in the scalp, breast, neck, or buttocks. What is skin mold? What does one look like? Your skin is the largest organ in your body. Skin molds are nevus or nevi, or their medical terms are broads, or skin that range in color from your natural skin tone brown or black. Molds can appear anywhere on your skin or mucous membranes alone or in groups. Most skin molds appear in early childhood and during the first 20 years of life. It is normal for a person to have between 10 to 40 molds by adulthood. The life cycle of an average mold is about 50 years. As the year passes, molds usually change slowly, become gray and lighter color. Often hairs develop in the mold. Some molds will not change at all, and some molds will disappear over time. So what are the types of skin molds? Common nevi. This normal mold has small growth on your skin that pink, fat, or brown as distinct edge. Congenital nevi, ang putol na mold, gabahil pa siya. These are molds covered on your skin when you were born. Congenital nevi form about 1 in 1,000 people. These molds may be more likely to develop into melanoma than molds that appear after birth. If your skin mold is more than 8 millimeters in diameter, it has a greater risk of becoming cancerous. Plastic nevi. These molds are larger than a pencil eraser and irregularly shaped. The plastic nevi tend to have an even color with dark brown centers and lighter and even edges. These molds tend to be hereditary and inherited, and people who have them may have more than 100 molds. And if you have the plastic nevi, then you have a greater chance of developing malignant, cancerous, melanoma, and any changes in molds should be checked for skin cancer by a dermatologist. Iba na namian nga raka ang manda nga ari, but may complication ng dili. Ano complication? Siyempre, yung iba nga mo is cancerous, di mo man ano. Yung Jeanzin may ano nga, may may ano? Gagawin niya mo, maglayin niya mo. Mabawal para? Dali. Ako ka naman mo. Desisyon. Bawal ba? Wait, ako ba na? How common are molds? Molds are common. Most people have about 10 to 40 of them. Are molds continuous? Molds are not continuous. Where do molds commonly occur? Most mold grow on parts of your body that get sunlight, ultraviolet radiation. You might see that your dead for molds the longer you are in the sun. Symptoms and causes. What causes skin mold? Molds occur when cells in your skin grow in cluster instead of being spread throughout the skin. Most molds are made of cell-wall melanocytes, which make the pigment of your skin its natural color. What are the risk factors for skin molds? Excessive sunlight. What makes skin molds or darker? Molds may get darker after sun exposure. During pregnancy and during puberty. During pregnancy, molds often change evenly due to hormonal effects. For example, they mark darker and become larger. However, if mold changes in an even manner, they are evaluated by dermatologists. Diagnose and test. A, B, C, D, E, S are important signs of molds that could be cancerous. If mold is any of the signs that below, have it checked immediately by the dermatologist. Asymmetry. If one of half your skin mold does not match the other half. Border. If the border of the edge of your molar rug irregular the color of your mold is not the same throughout or a shade among or colors such as tan, brown, black, blue, or white, and red. Diameter. If the diameter of your mold is larger than the eraser of the pencil. Elevation, evolution. If your mold becomes raised after being flat or changes over a short period of time, the most common indication for melanoma in men is the back in women is lower leg. Melanoma is the most common cancer in women ages 25 to 29. Management and treatment. Who will treat, manage, and diagnose? Your useful healthcare provider might refer you to a dermatologist, a healthcare provider who specializes in skin. Should skin molds be removed? A normal skin mold does not need to be removed. If you choose to have it removed, you'll likely be left with the scar. How are skin molds removed? Don't try to remove a mold by yourself, even if you're using some sort of over-the-counter products that hurts. Freeze or uses laser to remove skin rust like the skin tags, molds, and freckles. Not only could you get infection, but you could unknowingly remove melanoma skin cancer. Skin cancer can spread to other organs if it's not caught early and one of the caught it to identify abnormal mold. What are the home treatment for molds? Healthcare provider recommend that you do not use any home treatment or molds if you have concerned doctor dermatologist.